Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and as you can see, I am not sitting in my Audi S8, and if you already read the title of this video, you know that I no longer have it. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why I sold the Audi S8 and what I liked about this car and what I didn't like about this car. Remember, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Like and share this video so our channel can grow, and as always, leave a positive comment below. So can you believe I already had the Audi S8 for 2 years, and I put about 30,000 miles on it. I bought that car certified pre-owned from an Audi dealer, and you've seen I've done updates on this car, probably quarterly updates, or every 10,000 miles I did an update on the car, and I actually found it certified pre-owned down in Miami. I live in northern New Jersey. The Audi S8, I was driving the GLA 45. This is when I got the new job 2 years ago. And now that I was going to have, be a commercial real estate broker, I was going to have clients in my car. The GLA 45, though, was a blast to drive for me. Commuting in bumper-to-bumper traffic wasn't the best with the dual clutch and the harsh suspension, and also having clients in my car needed a bigger back seat. So most commercial real estate brokers that I work with or that are in the business with me, competitors, everybody drives like an S550. And to me, that was still kind of like a fuddy-duddy car. It's a good-looking car. It's got a lot of tech and stuff like that. But I always preferred the Audis or the BMWs to the luxury Mercedes. I love the Mercedes AMG cars, the smaller ones like the C63. I had a CLA 45, which I liked, the GLA 45, which I loved. And so really it came down to me getting a pre-owned CPO, either 7 Series, Audi S8, or Mercedes 550. So, after driving all of them, I felt that the Audi was the best. The Audi, they're all going to be all-wheel drive. I just thought the Audi weighed a little less. They're all heavy cars. The Audi, I think, weighed the least, if I remember correctly, 4,400 pounds. It has all aluminum panels. I thought it handled the best for what it was, even though the engine's all the way out in front. And if you're not familiar with the engine of the S8, it is a 520 horsepower twin-turbo V8. I filmed a video sitting in the S8 saying I was selling it. Unfortunately, the video didn't come out very well. So unfortunately, because of technical difficulties, I have to do this video again. But if you're not familiar with the Audi S8, it's the S version, which is like Audi's M3 or Mercedes AMG. Stop barking every time I come out and try to film. There's a barking dog. My neighbor's dog is barking, so hopefully I'm going to try to do it this way. If you're not familiar with the Audi S8, the S version is similar to BMW M or Mercedes AMG. It's basically the fastest, most powerful version of that car. So the S8, instead of having 300 horsepower like an A8, actually has a twin-turbo V8 producing 520 horsepower, and according to Car and Driver and Motor Trend, gets a 0 to 60 time of about 3.5 seconds, which is really fast. So I think I've said this in other videos. Jeremy Clarkson in Top Gear actually raced it against a 458, and the S8 was faster. So it was a great car to have. I always told, my hair's getting so long here, I always tell my clients, the big back seat is for them, the 520 horsepower is for me. Very comfortable car. I love the ride of the car is amazing compared to the GLA 45, and of course they're not competitors. The stiff ride of the AMG going the S8 had a phenomenal ride, and the car was so fast. If I had to drive from here to Pennsylvania, 2-hour round trip each way, that car I could do with speed and get out feeling comfortable. It had massage seats, and I could drive that car all day long. I could go from New Jersey, Florida, no problem. And as I said, I actually found that car in Miami. Now, why did I find a car in Miami? Aren't there closer S8s? Well, there are closer S8s, but I wanted the Bang & Olufsen stereo. So I found one close to my house. One, it wasn't certified pre-owned. It was from a non-Audi dealer. And the car seemed to be tuned and beat on a little bit. But what I did hear in that car was the Bang & Olufsen stereo, which gives you like 1,500 watts or something. It sounded amazing. It sounded like better than any rock concert I ever went to. So I'm like, wow, I need to have this in my car, especially if it's going to be a work car. A lot of times I'm sitting in traffic, or my clients are all over the state of New Jersey. So sometimes I have to drive, like I said, 2 hours in each direction just to see some of my clients. So it would be awesome to kick back and listen to the stereo, or when I come home, which my half-hour commute is easily an hour commute coming home in bumper-to-bumper traffic, I can at least hear my favorite tunes. with the massage seats would make it even better on long drives or sitting in traffic. And when I love the massage seats the best is after playing hockey. If my back was sore or I was hurting, especially in the winter, heated seats, massage seats made it all better. So it was really, really good. One of the things I noticed, it had a great back seat for work, for family, the whole bit. One thing I noticed during owning it for 2 years was sport mode. I didn't use sport mode much at the beginning, but the acceleration was even quicker in sport mode, and the shifts were really quicker. And then, towards the end, I started using sport mode a lot, anytime to pass somebody or take my favorite back roads. Now, during the winter, I took it on some drives with friends. If I didn't want to get the McLaren Salt on it or the M3, I would take the Audi because it had snow tires if we were doing drives when it was 25 degrees out. And it actually handled well for what it was. Now, let me get into the things I don't like about the Audi, and then at the end of the video, I'll tell you if I'll buy another one, and the answer may surprise you. It was a CPO. So the way Audi, BMW, and Mercedes do their CPO used to be 2 years unlimited mileage after the regular warranty expires. So this car was a 2013 that I bought in 2018. So the 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty had already expired over a year ago. So you just get a 1 year unlimited mileage, which was good because I'm going to do a lot of miles. I think I did put 20,000 miles on it the first year. But the problem is, the reason they do that is most of the warranty repairs they get happen in the second year, and that's exactly what happened here. So I had a $3,000 repair with the water pump going. I had another thing where the fuse went out in the center console, but I was able to find a YouTube video, and it was just a matter of replacing the fuse. The hard part is it's like behind the back seats in the trunk, you have to take a lot of pieces apart, and there was no really video to tell me which fuse it was, so I had to do a lot of trial and error, but literally it cost me pennies to fix it. Just a lot of time and labor to do it myself because I had to figure out where that actually fuse was. There were a lot of conflicting information, and the S8 is a rare car, typically follows the A8, and that's how I was able to do it. So when the water pump went, which was a non-warranty repair, would have been, if it was still under warranty, would have been, and my car only had 40,000 miles when the warranty, and my car was never tuned that I know of because it was a CPO car, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So that it went so soon. It was like a $3,000 repair. You could actually negotiate labor rates, and I've done this before with dealers. So I think at the end of the day, it was a $2,000 repair. I negotiated it down by quite a bit because my warranty had literally just expired when it happened, and unfortunately they wanted to grandfather it in. So out of warranty repairs, remember that car was $120,000 brand new. So maintenance and repairs are going to be indicative of a $120,000 car. Tires, I went through a couple sets of tires, bought a winter snow set with winter wheels and tires. Nothing to do with the Audi. One of the tires hit a pothole in the winter tires, and then one of the rims bent, which was actually destroyed. I had to buy another wheel, and that has nothing to do with the Audi wheels. Those are just tire rack set. So that's not an Audi's fault by any means. The 21-inch wheels that the S8 comes with, obviously tires are very, very expensive. And brakes are really expensive. I believe the front brakes are similar to the Lamborghini Gallardo, so they're really expensive to replace. And the car is very big. It's 17 feet long. The average car is 15 to 16 feet long. This was 17 feet long. So I'm sitting in my wife's 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee. My Audi S8 is 2 feet longer than this big truck is. So it's, parking in a parking garage. And a lot of times, being a commercial real estate broker, if somebody wants space, they want 10,000 square feet on Route 46 or something, or Route 17. A lot of times I go door to door, so it's getting out of the car, driving in here, calling on this sign, calling this broker, knocking on this door. So obviously the smaller car is a little easier than the big giant luxury car. It's great for long distances. It's great for going on tours to properties with clients in the back seat. But 90% of the time I'm still using it by myself, and it's a little cumbersome having a 17 foot long car. And it just started to burn oil. So literally when I was going to trade it in, the tire pressure monitoring system was I had to reset it, was going a little wacko. And then I started to have to add a quart of oil. And that's what happened to my S4 in the past. And usually, when it starts burning oil, it's probably the time to get rid of the car. So I was due for probably another set of tires. I definitely needed front brakes, which are very, very expensive because they're huge, like 15-inch rotors. I'm out of warranty. A major service is going to be coming up soon. I need an oil change as well. So instead of putting $5,000 into the car, I thought this would be the good time to sell it. I absolutely love the car, and I miss it already, and I just traded it in for the new sports car. And so why did I trade it in for the new sports car? Well, I'm getting a daily driver anyway. I'm probably going to lease a daily driver. Could I calculate my costs on the Audi S8? And driving those 30,000 miles cost me about $1.40 a mile once I put in service, tires, brakes, snow tires, depreciation. And I can lease the new car, and I'm not telling you what the new car is going to be revealed soon. And I haven't bought it yet at the time I'm doing this video, so I think I'm getting this car. I'm working out the numbers now. The way I figured out, my new car is going to cost me 75 cents a mile because depreciation's in the payment. You don't care if you do a 3-year lease, you don't care what it's worth at the end of the lease because you're already being charged that in the payment. You could get free maintenance or pay for maintenance up front on some of these luxury cars so you can mitigate your costs. And tires and brakes are going to be brand new, and hey, they should last 30,000 miles, or maybe typically I don't replace front brakes because I do mainly highway driving with my daily driver, maybe for 40 or 50,000 miles, so I wouldn't even need to replace the brakes yet. So there's a lot of, it's fixed costs, and I used to always buy the depreciated luxury cars, my daily driver, the depreciated sports car, and just now with the new job, I'm driving so much more, I think it just makes sense to lease a car where all my costs can be combined. And then I just have a set amount of money that it's actually going to cost me instead of having open-ended. Now, I probably would have kept the S8 forever, but it keeps depreciating. So you buy an E46 M3, which I'm looking at right in front of me, my E46 M3. Those cars, sports cars, typically bottom out, and then the enthusiasts want them in the manual transmission, and then they start going back up. And even if you pick a car that just bottoms out, then you just have to worry about repairs and maintenance. The problem is with the German luxury cars is they depreciate eventually to zero. So this is not an Audi thing, it's Audi, BMW, Mercedes. You get a 7 Series for $2,000. And the reason why you can, an old one, is because it probably needs $20,000 in repairs and maintenance to keep it running again, right? So for that reason, if I kept the S8 another couple years, I'm gonna have to sink probably $5,000 into it, and the car is gonna depreciate another $5,000 or $10,000, and eventually it's gonna be a $5,000 car. So why not trade it in now? I can get good money for it, and that helps mitigate the costs of my next daily driver or the sports car. So if you've been following the channel, we sold the McLaren. We just traded in the Audi S8. Now, I didn't need to trade it in for the sports car, but if I did it for a lease, then I probably want to keep some of that money because I want to pay the lease payments for my business, my real estate business. And the sports car that I found, that's really the McLaren replacement, was out of state. I need a way to get there. I either could rent a car and drive. That's going to cost money. I got to do a one-way rental. That dealer for the sports car was going to give me the same trade-in probably if I traded it in the new daily driver. So why don't I enjoy the luxury of the Audi S8 to drive a couple hours to get the new sports car, and then I just trade it in right there and bring the new sports car home. So that's what I did. I negotiated over the phone, and with everything going on in the world, I actually negotiated sight unseen for both cars, obviously subject for me seeing the new car, and obviously subject for them seeing my trade-in. So it worked out perfect. And actually the one day, it was pouring rain, torrential rain. Of course, that's the day I was picking up the new car. And, driving in the S8 was sublime. It has Quattro. I can still go really fast. Got there probably in a record time and, comfortable, listen to my stereo and getting my massage seats working the whole way. So unfortunately, coming home in the sports car, I got caught in even more torrential rain. But what are you going to do? So that'll be our next video, the sports car. I can do a video on that, and you can guess below. I'll give you some hints. So remember sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, because obviously you won't want to miss that next video of the new sports car. And then, maybe a week later, we'll have the new daily driver replacement. Right now, I'm home, so I don't need a daily driver this minute. I'm negotiating on one right now. There's a specific color I want for this particular car, so hopefully they can make that happen. So would I buy an Audi S8 again? I would probably not, because I'd rather put the money that the S8 would cost me into a sports car. Like for what that car could cost me, I could get an E46 M3. So do I really need to spend that on my work car? And that's why I've decided, at least now for the next 3 years, I'll lease a car, and then we can do long-term tests on that, see if it was reliable, see what I like and what I don't like. So I probably wouldn't. If I won the lottery, yeah, I'd have an S8 or an M760 or some, beautiful luxury car that would be awesome to spend time in. The S8 is a fantastic car. I would highly recommend it, but I wouldn't buy one without a warranty just because the running costs can be real high. It's got an electronic suspension that could fail. It's got twin turbos that are like OEM turbos plus labor, like $9,000 to replace in that engine. They go a lot faster, of course, if you're tuning them. So there can be a lot of really expensive expenses. You probably shouldn't get an S8 unless you can afford to lease a new one. The new ones are amazing, and I even have 600 horsepower now instead of 520, and then I think you could just have an awesome car. But I don't think I would buy one again unless I can afford the lease payment, and if I could, I'd rather lease something like a McLaren or a Ferrari or something like that for most of what I could lease an S8 for. But a great car, and it'll certainly be missed. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.